YouTube, what is going on, my wild people? Today we're gonna be doing some upgrades to the pond. So, I think I said in the last video I want to do something to get the cord out of the elements. So, I have an idea in my head using some stuff that I have laying around the house, and we're gonna try to do that. But first, we have some fish to move. The pacus in the grow out tank, my daughter's tank, are huge, and it's about time we get them in here. Um, Looking at the pond, it's got some film building up on it, so don't know what to do about that. I might have to like scoop it out with a net or something. Not too sure. But so right now we're gonna get a bucket. We're going to go inside. We're gonna get the pacus out and get them in the bucket, and then I'm gonna try to drip acclimate them. And here's where I'm gonna use my ingenuity, and I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna try something else to properly drip acclimate them instead of just using a cup and slowly pouring water in, because that takes forever. So let's go inside. Let's get those pacus, and we'll see you then. All right. So first things first, we are going to get some water in the bucket. So basically just gonna do it like I do a water change. Get a little bit of water in there. I don't even know if you can see me. Get a little bit of water in there, and then grab the pacus out, put them in there, and then go from there. So let's get some water out. God, those pacus are massive. I don't even know if they would fit my net, to be honest with you. What? Almost the size of my hand. It's crazy. Oh, this will be fun to get them out. One of them's a lot bigger than the other. They were beautiful. Whew. You know what? I'm gonna let this siphon water out, and I'm gonna start trying to grab them because it's gonna be not easy. Chill out. Yes. Yeah, okay, chill. Chill out. We got plenty of water in the bucket. I need you to get away from the filter, bro. Thank you. Oh, I almost had him. There we go. Got one. There we go. Chill out. Don't hurt yourself, bro. Oh God, don't do that. think that dude is. Let me see if I can grab this guy. Yeah, he's big too. I'm not gonna mess with him anymore. Alright, let's go get these guys in the pond, and they should be a lot happier once they get in there. Alright, so here's the plan. Here's the bucket with the pacus. I got this stand. This bucket has pond water in it. I'm going to use the siphon water out of here into here, and use this C-clamp to try to cause it to drip instead of just stream in. We'll see if it works. Alright, so listen, your boy might be a little bit of a genius. So, we got the siphon in there, water's going in, and it's dripping. So they're drip acclimating. So as long as this keeps going, we're doing it. Let's see, actually, let's see if we can do this. Yeah, it's still dripping. I think we're onto something. That worked, and I am genuinely surprised that worked. I did not expect that to work like it did. So yeah, we're gonna have them drip acclimating, and then we might go ahead and start the project now. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna need to do. So we'll see in a little bit. All right, so check this out. This is the idea. So I got a 4x4 right here. I'm gonna put it in the ground right there. And then I have this mailbox. I'm gonna cut this part off. And then I'm gonna cut like here all the way down and here all the way down and then across and make it kind of a hinge. And then bolt this to the 4x4 and then put a power strip in there. So when I stand it up, this is on top, the top here, and no rain will be able to get to the outlet. So, and this is all stuff I had laying around. I did buy hinges because I want to try to, like, instead of just cutting that off and leaving it off, putting hinges on it so I can open and close it. And then I already had screws and everything, and then power strip. That's all I've bought for this project so far. So we're gonna get started with cutting it up and see how that goes. All right, so check this out. The plan is I'm going to cut this off as close to here as I can get it, probably just right through here, and then I'm gonna flip it up and I'm gonna cut the front of it off. So I am going to go ahead and get to it. I'm gonna time lapse it, and I'll be back when it's done. All right, so clearly not the cleanest, straightest cut ever, but we can clean this up with a grinder. And then obviously we'll have to put that's hot, put the hinge on there and everything, but yeah, I'll clean it up with a grinder and then we'll go from there. All right, so I got it cut and the door on. Now, it does not shut very well. I don't know what I did to mess that one up. I think maybe too close. I don't know, but I don't really care because it is too hot to care. So now what I have to do is bring this over to the shade. So I'm gonna die and drill some holes in this 4x4 so I can get it mounted to the 4x4. So yeah, I'm gonna start with that and go from there. It is insanely hot out. All right, so I got it pretty much where it's gonna be. So you see right here, got the little mailbox. It's pretty far on the ground, so I don't think it's going anywhere. Got the little door, which I messed up, of course. Got the power strip in there, sideways. The power strip in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that power strip out, hook the cord up, and then zip tie the cord around the power strip so this part of the cord is out of the element still, and run the extension cord and then run the pond pump into this, and we should be good. So let's get to it. All right, so as you can see, I'm sweating terribly, but the pond is back running. We got the cord coming out over here into our little protective thing. Again, probably gonna fix this later on, but I mean, I'm not worried about it right now. Comes into the power strip that's covered from the rain, then out to this because I zip tied the power there, so that's still gonna be out of the elements. And then it goes around, out, and then into the garage. So that actually worked out exactly like I thought it would. So I'm proud of that. Like, I spent maybe $10 on the power strip and the hinge. And then the rest of it was just stuff I had laying around the house. So that worked out great for me. Yeah. So the cord is underneath that rock right now. Hopefully there's no fish under there. I'm just gonna pull it, see what happens. Let's see. I know it's hard to see because the pump's on right now, but there we go. She's loose now. So perfect. Instead of being under that rock, now it's coming this way. Yeah. So pond's a little low. I'm gonna top it off, and pacus are still acclimating. They've been acclimating for like half an hour to an hour, so I'm sure they're ready. But I'm going to top off the pond first, and then I'm gonna throw them in there just so they're 100% acclimated. They're doing good though. They're moving around, you see. So I'm pretty confident in them. But yeah, let's top this pond off real quick, dump those fish in, and then sorry, I was gonna check the time, but I realized I'm recording on my phone. But if I have enough time, I'm gonna add another addition to the pond. But again, if I don't have enough time, no big deal. I will do it next day I have off. But for right now, let's top off the pond and then put the pacus in. Alright, so something I didn't plan for, but worked out great, is this also is good for the tripod. So we are gonna get these pacus in this fish tank, or in this pond. Huh? I made a cover for the outlets so they won't get wet. Oh. And then I'm putting fish in now. Hello, Claire. Oh, there they are. Absolutely terrible player. Alright, so I had to take a quick intermission. My phone died. So we got the, I guess, outdoor outlet cover done. We got the pacus in. They're hiding somewhere. Cannot see them at all. But I have another plan that I'm going to do, and it involves getting some motion in this pond. I think a big contributing factor to the algae growth in this pond is there's not enough water movement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with this little pump. It's a, let's see, 500 gallon per hour circulation pump. I'm going to put this in here and aim it not exactly around the pump or around the pond, but kind of towards one side of the pump just to get some water movement going. This is way underpowered for this pond. I mean, the pond itself is 550 gallons, so it will move the pond one full time in an hour. So well underpowered for this pond, but we're gonna try it out. We're gonna see, one, if we can get it to stick, because this is a suction cup type and not a magnet type, and to see if it creates at least a little bit of movement, a little bit more movement in the pond. So let's get to it. All right, so like I said, the outlet cover that we made makes a very good tripod. I'm not gonna plug this in yet because it's gonna start going off. So let's get this thing untangled. First and foremost, let's see if we can get it to stick to the side of the pond. Oh, it does. Perfectly, actually. Alright, let's plug her on in here. It is moving. Okay. So you can actually, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but right here, we can see a little bit of water movement happening. Now the goal is to see either some leaves or something floating around the pond in a circle. Let's see what happens. It is working. Look. You see that little clump of algae right there? It is starting to come towards us, which means the pond is flowing. And if you see the Oscar over there, oh, he disappeared on me. He is fighting a current right now. A little bit. Obviously it's not a big current. And then look, that leaf's starting to move. So it's working. So I don't want a bunch of movement in this pond because I don't want these fish to have to swim in circles. But a little bit of movement to keep the water hopefully a little bit cleaner is what I want. And it's working. So, I mean, look at that. All that algae that's at the top that I still have to figure out how to get out, and that leaf is moving around in circles. So it's working. And you can see the Oscar right there. So that is awesome. Okay, cool. So those are really the two big upgrades I wanted to do to the pond. That outlet cover over there, and then get some movement in the pond. So we got the movement and we got the outlet cover done. So that's pretty awesome. And we got the pacus in the pond. So that's even better. So I'm gonna leave you guys here. Say goodbye to Mr. Oscar. Say bye-bye. And we'll catch you in the next one. All right, later.